Hey everybody, welcome to my third video tutorial. This is my second one where I'm actually going to be showing you things on the board. Last time I showed you some basic shots. I showed you the idea of having opposition or having the move. I want to go over those a little more in depth today. I'm not going to go over too many problems. I'm actually going to plan on doing a video tomorrow. I'll show you some more tomorrow. But today I'm just going to go over 3 select problems. A little more in depth, but very fun, and I hope that you get a lot out of the video. So let's take it down to the board. Okay, so just going to set up the board position right now. And for all these problems, we're going to be red. Okay, so we're going to have a white piece here, and then there's also going to be a red piece right there. Okay. Alright, so now just a note, every piece is regular except this piece right here is a king. Okay, so kings can move forward and backwards. Alright, and in this position, red indeed does have a win. And there's actually 2 ways in which red can win. Now, in my last video, after I had made a jump, there was a position in which there was opposition for one side, and that's one thing you want to be able to determine. After you make a jump, in an endgame situation like this, you want to see, well, am I going to have the opposition or not? Now, if we just do a little bit of visualization, let's say, we move a red piece here, white were to jump, red would jump 2 back. And if you notice now, it's going to be white's move, but both pieces are blocked. So I'm just going to demonstrate that. White jumps, red jumps back. And notice how both pieces are blocked. That means red has the opposition because it's white's move. Now white can move here. Okay, but red comes back. White moves here. Red comes this way. White comes here, red comes up. This piece is going to try to come down. Notice he's in the double corner row. Can he make it to this double corner in time? Coming for a king. Notice how he's just following him. And he's not going to make it. So that's a pretty in-depth situation, but that was just to demonstrate how crucial and vital this opposition idea is. It was a 2-on-2 game, but because red had the opposition, red was able to trap white. Now let's just go back to that same position, and there's actually an easier way that red can win here. Okay. You see an easier way red could possibly win? Well, we did a 2-for-1 first. There's actually a 3-for-2 shot, as if red were to move here. White were to jump. Red would move here, white would jump 1, and then red would jump and get to this spot. And then you could determine if red's going to have the opposition. White were to move. Red were to move, and now the white piece is blocked. So let's just demonstrate that. White jumps red. Red moves here. White jumps. Red jumps 3. It's white's move, but he's blocked. He's in the double corner, but he's not going to be able to make it because red has him blocked. So red wins that game. Okay, we're going to go over another problem. This is our second. Okay. Now, usually what you want to do first in situations like this, you know, obviously you have to know the piece situation. White's up a piece. Okay, red's down. And what we do see here, there is a possible shot for red. Okay, now this way wouldn't work because white would jump here, red would come here, but now all white has to do is jump this way. Red's only going to jump 2 back. It's going to be a 3-on-2 situation for white. You see, it's a 3-on-2 situation. White's going to win this game. Now, let's just go back. This way is actually a better move. Okay, white's going to jump this way. If white were to jump this way, red would move here, and either way he would actually get a quadruple jump. So, white's going to jump this way. Okay, we actually had a king here, and a red piece here. Red moves here. White jumps. Red jumps 3 back. It's a 2-on-2 situation. Now it's white to move. And again, red's going to have the opposition. And white's blocked. There's no path to get into the double corner for either piece. And it doesn't matter how white would try to move it. Like if white tries to move this piece first, red just comes up. If he wants to move down again, red just comes in and block. However way, white can't escape. Okay, now there's just one more problem we're going to go over. Now this one's a little bit different, and sometimes you got to be just a little bit careful in checkers, because, you know, we want to execute shots, but again, we have to determine, you know, after the shot, are we going to be safe, or are we going to be in a position in which we can win? Now, it's 4-4, but obviously red's in a bind here. Okay, we have 2 kings back here, but these 2 pieces are not kings. And if you notice, these kings, white kings, are threatening these 2 pieces. So if we could, we would like to get rid of them in a way in which we can also get rid of some white kings and maybe have a win. So you have to watch which way you jump. So if we were to jump this way, if we were to move a piece this way, it wouldn't work, because all white would have to do is jump here, and we're not going to be able to execute the triple that way. We could go here first, white would jump. Again, we can't execute any triple. We try to move in here, white can just jump this way, it won't work. The correct way to do it would be to go right here. In this case, white jumps, then right here, white jumps again. And now, if red were to move here, we could get a triple. Red jumps back. Now you're thinking, well, that's a great move by red. Red should at least have a draw now, but look where red is and look where white is. It's white's move. Red, again, needs to get to these 2 double corner rows, but it's not going to have enough time. White's going to come up and trap red, and red actually loses this game. So that idea didn't work in that situation. So you see, it doesn't all the time work. You have to be able to determine beforehand, you know, am I going to have the move or not? Am I going to have opposition? In that case, we didn't have it. So the correct thing to do in this situation, it's a tough situation for red. Not necessarily a loss, but you just got to play around with the pieces and try to find a way to manage to get these red pieces into King's Row, which would be very tough to execute, but it would offer much more resistance on your part than if you were to actually just take that, do that triple jump that I showed you. Because in that case, white has the opposition. If you go through the whole visualization process, we know that a red king ends up in this spot. White moves, red moves, white moves, and then red's blocked. So that's all the problems I have for today. I hope that this video helped you. We're going to go over more of these in my next video, and then hopefully after that we can go into some more things. So I thank you for watching, and I hope to see you for my next video. Thanks.